Excel Tutorial 1, pages 41 through 50. Okay, before we get started, go ahead and read everything on page 40. Very, very important about don't hide things in your workbook, how to break up your formulas, testing your formulas, keeping your formulas simple, lots of important stuff, modifying a worksheet, and moving and copying a cell range. So read all that all the way up onto the top of page 41 in the red box. Okay, and then we're going to go to drag and drop the range G18 through H21. Step number 1. Select the range G18 through H21. All right, so sorry about that. I moved my mouse onto something else. G18, right, through H21. Those are the cells we want to move because they're kind of in a weird place. Move the pointer over the bottom border of the selected range that the pointer changes to a four-headed black four-headed arrow. Do you see it? Just like that. Press and hold the mouse button to change the pointer to the white arrowhead only, and then drag the selection down one row, just like that. Okay? Now you're going to see, and I can't point to it because I can't move my mouse, but right there by my mouse head, do you see where it says G19 through H22? That's correct. When it says that, let go. And that's all you have to do to move it. A drag and a drop. Simple, right? Let's try it again just to be sure. So we're going to select the range we want to move. We're going to move onto the bottom border until we get a four-headed black arrow, not the white plus sign, but the four-headed black arrow. We're going to pull down one single row. We're going to see that on the bottom right there it says G19 through H22, and we're going to let go. Okay, if you did it wrong, just hit undo and try again. Okay, so read the bottom of page 41, where it talks about some people find dragging and dropping difficult and awkward, and there is a pretty large margin for error. Continue that on the top of page 42, because it'll tell you all about what Sally wants. And then we're going to go to cut and paste the customer contact information and book listing. Okay, step number 1. Click cell A3 to select it. So A3. Press Control-Shift-End. This is an extension. Press Control-Shift-End keys to extend the selection to the last cell in the lower right corner of the worksheet. So hold down Control, then Shift, then End all at the same time. So Control, Shift, END. That's going to select everything in your worksheet, okay, that has something in that cell. Okay? On the Home tab in the Clipboard group, click the Cut button or use the keyboard command Control X. So Home tab, Clipboard group, cut. Dancing ants, go all the way around it. See little dancing ants? That tells you have it selected. Click cell A9 to select it. So A9. That's the upper left corner of the range where you want to paste the range that you just cut. So go back to your clipboard group and click Paste, or the keyboard command Control V as in victory. Okay? So Home, Clipboard, Paste. So we just moved the whole thing down, right? You saw that? If you missed and you didn't do it right, all you have to do is hit undo and try again. All right, I want you to read on page 42 about using the count function. Okay, and it's equals count, open parent, and then you give it the range and how it actually counts things. This is actually a really important function that you have to know how to use. I use it all the time. So once you've read that, we want to go to add the order summary. Click cell A3. Type order ID and press your tab key. All right, type 14123 and press your enter key. Now in cell A4, type shipping date and press your tab key. And our shipping date was 4/3/2000, well, it will be 4/3/2016, and press your Enter key. Now we're in cell A5. Type delivery and press your Tab key. Type overnight. Remember, if you don't type that fast, please just pause this video and type and then come back to it. Press Enter. Cell A6 is now your active cell. Step 4, type items ordered. Press your Tab key. All right, now cell B6 is your active cell. And I do want you to remember that Excel does not spell check the way Word does. We can force a spell check when we're done, but for right now, I want you to be carefully checking your spelling as you type. Okay, because it's not like Word where you get your nice wavy red lines. All right, so now we're ready in cell B6. We are looking at step number 5, type equals, count. Remember, you don't have to worry about it being in all caps. And an open parent. And now move to the top of page 43, step number 6. The range we want is G19 through G23. So we want where is 19? Right here, 19 through G23. Except for I clicked F. Let's try that again. G19 through G. See how easy it is when you make a mistake? I click in the wrong cell. No big deal. You just fix it. If it was supposed to be this, I'd do that. But it's not. It's G19. Just like that through G23. Type your closed parentheses. Okay, and press your Enter key. And it tells you, right, that you have 5. All right, so now our active cell is cell A7. If it's not your active cell, just click on cell A7, okay? Step number 8, type total charge. And press your Tab key. In cell B7, start by pressing your equal sign. And then click cell H28. There's H. There's 28. Press your Enter key. And that's all you have to do so far. Reach up and hit Save. And now I want you to go to the bottom of page 43 and read about inserting a column or a row. And then the top of page 44 of the little red reference box. All right, click on the row 21 heading to select the entire row. On the Home tab in the Cells group, click the Insert button. All right, so Home, Cells, Insert. Okay, that inserts the new row above. Enter (0-151-01089-7) used. Hardcover. All right, and what is our title? Pops. A Life of Louis Armstrong. Keep on typing all this information in. Another 95. And 2. All right. In cell H20, right here, we're just going to go Control-C to copy the formula. And we're going to do Control V and then Escape to make it stop the copying situation. So we did a copy and a paste, right? And in cell H26, the formula in this cell is now H19 through H24. The range reference was updated to reflect the inserted row, which is pretty cool, right? Go ahead and read the rest of that so that you'll know that your count updated and everything updated when we inserted that row, which is the beauty of Excel. It does all these things for you. All right, read the top of page 45 where it says deleting a row or column. All right, to delete the Holy Grail row from the book order, click on row 23. And then on your Home tab in the Cells group, just click Delete. It's gone and everything updates. You can see your items ordered is back to 5. And I'm sure you saw that flash as everything updated. Okay, so all the references updated in the sheet. So read that little paragraph underneath the deletion of the Holy Grail instructions on page 45. Then flip to page 46. And read Inserting and Deleting a Range. Make sure you read the red reference box as well. And when you have all that done, we're going to go to the top of page 47 and start with to insert a range in the book list. Select the range A17 through A28. So we want A17, right, through A28. On the Home tab in the Cells group, click the Insert button arrow. All right, so Home tab, Cells group, and this time we're going to hit this arrow right here. Okay, so you hit that little arrow and it opens up a little drop down menu that drops down. Okay, and then we're going to click Insert Cells. Anytime you see those 3 dots, that's an ellipsis. That means that when you click on that particular selection, it's going to open a dialog box. Step number 4, verify that the Shift Cells Right option button is selected. Shift Cells Right is selected. Step 5, click OK. New cells are inserted into the selected range and the adjacent cells move to the right. The cell contents do not fit well in the columns and rows they shifted into, so you will resize the columns and rows. All right, step 6. Resize columns C and D to 12 characters. All right, C and D to 12. Why didn't I? Ah, there we go. Should use a dialog box. I'm much better that way. You can do it either way, but that worked. I have C and D to 12, right? Resize column E to 30. And then resize column F to 15. Select rows 19 through 23. 19 through 23. In the Cells group, right here, click the Format button, and then click Auto Fit Row Height, right there. Click cell A18 and type Book ID and press your Enter key. You need to save about now if you haven't already done so. All right, read the bottom of page 47, then flip over and read all of page 48 and up to the top of page 49. And while you're doing that, I want to show you something really quick because they're going to talk to you about hiding and unhiding rows and columns on a worksheet. And so I always want you to remember that when you open up a new worksheet or a worksheet that you got from someone else, to always go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and take a look. And I want to show you why. Because this can happen. Whoops. All right, let me get rid of that one real quick. Let's say it says this plus this plus this equals this. So we want to go 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, right? Now, if we were to hide this row, okay, and all we're going to do is run over here to Format, Hide and Unhide. You'll learn this in just a minute. And I want to hide this row. Take a look at what it says. This plus this equals, no, it doesn't. It's still calculating on this hidden out. Look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So you always have to know when you get a Excel spreadsheet at work, if you're working with anyone else, if you ever inherit anyone else's spreadsheet, to watch out and check all of your row and column headings to ensure that they haven't arbitrarily hidden something for whatever bizarre reason. So, just a nice little tip. And by the way, can you tell that's happened to me? All right, now, so you read all this and you read about flash fill. Let's go to page 49, where it says to enter the book IDs using flash fill. Make sure that cell A19 is the active cell. That's where I am. Type this number, 25385-use, okay? 25385-used, correct? Press your enter key. Type 9 in the cell A20. As soon as you start typing, flash fill generates the remaining entries in a column based on the pattern you entered. Take a look at the figure right here. It's showing it to you. Do you see where they got the number from? It's part of the ISBN and it's the category. Okay? If you just press your enter key, it's going to fill all of that in for you, which is amazing. Flash fill is an awesome addition to an already great product, but flash fill is amazing. So, all right, so let's move on. Formatting a worksheet. Read the little bit on the bottom of page 49, and then read the top of page 50 about adding cell borders. All right, to add borders around the worksheet cells, select the range A3 to B7. All right, here's A3, here's B, there's 7. We're going to add borders around the cells. On the Home tab, in the Font group, click the Borders button arrow. Okay, it's this down pointing arrow right here. Do you see it? It says, right now it says bottom border, but it retains whatever the last border was that we used. So just go ahead, no matter what yours says, and hit the down pointing arrow next to it. All right, and we want to select all borders. Borders are added around each cell in the range. The Borders button changes to reflect the last selected border option. So last time when we touched this, it said, mine said bottom border, yours could have said something else. But now, because we just used all borders, it retains our last selection, which is all borders. Okay? Number 3, select the non-adjacent range A9 to B16. So A9 to B16, and then H17 through I17. So H, remember to use your control before you start clicking, or you'll lose your other selections. So what I say, H17 through I17. That's it. Okay. Reach up and click the All Borders button, and we just put the borders around all of that at the same time. Click on cell A17 to deselect, And you'll see that we put all the borders here and all the borders there. Okay? Pretty simple so far. Step number 6, select the non-adjacent range A18 to I23. Okay, A18 through I23. And then H25 through I28, H25 through I28. If you missed, just try again. And we're going to give that all borders as well. And when you deselect, there. That's much easier to read. All right, the last thing we're going to do is changing the font size on the top of page 51. Read that little paragraph up there. To change the font size of the worksheet title, click in cell A1 to select it. On the Home tab, in the Font group, click the Font Size button arrow to display a list of font sizes. Okay, here's your font size button arrow. When you click on that down pointing arrow, it displays these font sizes. And we are going to select 28. And the worksheet title changes to 28 points. Reach up and hit save, and that's the end of this video, and we'll move on to the last video in this chapter.